sleeping.
All right, part 10 here. Randy Orton against Daniel Bryan for the vacated WWE Championship match. The bell's been rung. Let's start talking about it. Randy Orton's got to win here. Has to, 100%. I don't think there's any chance whatsoever that Daniel Bryan's winning here. I'm not even going to entertain the idea. I'm going to move on if somebody else wants to take this and rant or rave.
Daniel Bryan's going to win, and I'm fired.
Burhan actually said something quick enough to actually say something about falling asleep, so I thought I was going to be able to take the ball there, but Burhan had to ruin it. But continue, Burhan.
No, he's asleep again.
Actually, the whole situation with this, I could see Orton winning. 100%, 10% correct here. There was no need for this match to happen. They should have done a tournament. It would have made it more appealing for this pay-per-view. Instead of just shoved it in a rematch. In this case, Orton's the guy. They're going to go with him. There's going to be another screw job happening, and we're going to see the feud continue.
Are we going to see crying Big Show get involved?
Yes.
I don't think so.
He's going to be crying when he punches Bryan out, and then he's going to cry while taking a dump in his face.
No, they like the title being held in abeyance storyline so much that Big Show's going to come out with his gun and shoot both Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton, so the title will remain vacant.
I need to see that Mean Gene picture
again. And then Triple H just suddenly like finds the title and like, oh, I'm champion again.
Yeah.
For those who don't know about the Big Show gun thing. Go ahead and listen to the last episode of the Raw post show.
He can't even keep a straight face while saying it.
Where Paul was a little bit out of it, and he thought that there was a section of the show where the detective said that Big Show was threatening them with a gun.
It happened, Tony. It's real to me, damn it.
Ever since then, I've just been picturing Big Show holding this, like...
It's a normal-sized gun to us, but to him, it's so small.
Holding the gun from Terminator 2, that minigun, where he's got that in one hand, like it's a Magnum or something.
To us, it's a Desert Eagle. To him, it's like a Walter PPK.
Yeah.
Has there been one match on the show that we've had a serious conversation about?
This whole pay-per-view is a joke.
I think we had a pretty serious conversation about the Divas one in comparison. Yeah, in a general sense, I think that Battleground isn't going to be that good. I mean, this could be a really good match, and this will probably be the match of the night. And I think that the Cody Rhodes match will be pretty interesting, but I think a lot of this shit's going to really just kind of be nothing but filler, and then they're going to drag it on to Hell in a Cell. And I don't even think threatening them with Big Show's gun's going to help.
Oh, God.
I'll be so... Oh, my God, I just turned on to Facebook. Oh, keep calm and still Brian Pillman's gun.
Ironclad contract.
Oh my God. Oh.
All right, so I actually think that there is a possibility that they could still keep this vacated if they don't go with Randy Orton. And I would love to see that happen, actually, more so than Randy Orton just win the title. If they're going to keep the title on Randy Orton after Hell in a Cell, which is a possibility, then I would like to see them just have this be some other kind of a screw job, maybe like a double pin and it comes to a draw or something like that.
Some kind of schmaz.
Yeah, something to just kind of stall, because there's really not that much time difference between this and Hell in a Cell. So if you keep that vacated for, 2 weeks, I think?
3 weeks.
It's really like not much at all. So those 3 weeks, yeah, you can stall it a little bit longer than that. And end it with a Hell in a Cell match, and Randy Orton comes out on top, or Daniel Bryan or whatever. I'm kind of assuming that Randy Orton's going to be the one on top, and he's going to have some kind of a short title reign, and Daniel Bryan's going to win Royal Rumble. But Randy Orton either wins here or he wins at Hell in a Cell. Or, well, both. He's going to be the champion.
Could do? They could have a match, either guy wins or Bryan wins, and then Triple H comes out next night on Raw, declares that both of the guys were really as high as a kite because they went in Rob Van Dam's stash, and then declares the title vacant again. That's what I'm thinking.
What do you think's going to happen, Dace?
Daniel Bryan loses. And
Loses.
Triple H is causing it somehow.
Just direct influence?
Yeah, I believe they're going to go for a shocker ending to the point where I sit there blank face going, yeah, that wasn't shocking.
Oh, no. I got this. I know how to make this not shocking at all. Okay, you guys ready for this?
Hold on, let me sit down for this.
No, okay. Well, anyways, earlier in this episode of Smack Talk, I went on a little discussion about how I said Triple H is going to be the World Heavyweight Championship. Well, Randy Orton is going to win the WWE Championship on Sunday. However, Triple H will then walk out with the ref, say "fuck you" to Randy Orton, give him the pedigree, becoming the WWE and World Heavyweight Champion, and will then be the undisputed champion in WWE, and will then retire, making them no heavyweight titles in the WWE.
Is he just going to bring Batista back to hold up
Yes.
Randy Orton and then give him a thumbs down?
Yes.
And that, my
Yes.
friends, is a Drew story.
Yeah,
Yes.
don't encourage this, Mango.
That's a Drew White verified storyline.
Drew story.
What do you think's going to happen, Miguel?
It's going to be some type of fluke finish. I don't see there being I don't see how they can go with any sort of definitive finish if in the next 2 weeks they're just going to have a cell matchup. I think they're going to keep this going for the next however many weeks it takes to get to the Cell pay-per-view, and that's where we're going to see a definitive champion. This whole pay-per-view just seems like such an inconvenience. And really it feels like just aside from the Rhodes matchup, this is a glorified episode of Monday Night Raw. And I think they could keep this going for another 2 weeks. So if it means we got to sacrifice the pay-per-view main event to benefit the next one, I'm totally for it. So I think this is going to be some type of DQ finish, some type of no contest. I don't see there being any sort of actual winner because why? What's the point?
No, I have a question. If there is a DQ finish, does the title get assigned to someone? Or
No,
is
it's
it
still
vacant?
held up in abeyance.
Okay.
I thought that it actually does. I
What,
think
that
that
it goes to somebody?
yeah, because it's a vacated one, so I think it's technically if anybody wins, they win the title.
Well, if somebody wins, but he's talking about if it's in a DQ. I think if it's in a DQ, it still stays vacated.
No,
I would
actually, I
imagine it
think
stays vacated.
I would think that they will actually just award it to. I think that they could end up having Daniel Bryan get disqualified and go the winner of this match as a result of disqualification and the new World Heavyweight Champion. Randy
WWE
Orton.
champion.
They
The
could,
WWE.
but that's ugh.
That's a way to do a really kind of douchebag thing to get the title on Orton, though.
Yeah, that's a douchey way to go. I could see them doing that just because, but I really don't want to see that.
Now, I have a question. Does Scott Armstrong have anything to do with this match?
He's been
I
fired.
think he's storyline fired.
He's storyline fired, but then again, Big Show is storyline fired with John Laurinaitis last year, and he still returned.
Yeah, but he had an ironclad contract. Remember that. We haven't heard
Yes.
anything about an ironclad contract with Scott Armstrong. In fact, they mentioned they were going to give him a severance package. He's going to get money back. They were gonna basically take care of him. So I don't think he's involved as an official. And maybe he can come in and knock
Do a fast count?
No, come in and just knock Daniel Bryan out. Come out from the crowd, just wearing.
Okay, I don't think it's. Gonna be
I don't think
bad.
you guys understood what they meant by take care of him. I'm pretty sure they took him out back and Big Show shot him with his gun.
That's what they did with Tim White.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
What do you think's gonna happen, Peyton? Other than that murder.
I think we're going to see Daniel Bryan get murdered because Randy Orton keeps kissing Triple H's ass. And
Thank you, JD.
no, I don't know. No way Daniel Bryan's winning this. I don't think he's not going to win the big pay-per-view 3 months in a row unless they're really, really looking to be behind him that much. I'm seeing Randy Orton either winning with some type of interference or some kind of schmozz where we get a no decision. I see this match being very overbooked. And it makes me wonder what they're going to do if this match is going to be the last match, because generally you always want to send the fans home happy. Do you put another match in the main event? I mean, do you put Punk Ryback there or the tag match. I don't know what you do.
I think you do that for big pay-per-views. I think for little ones like this, you can get away with giving them a fluke finish. Because like I said, they're going to have another pay-per-view in 2 weeks. So it's not going to matter.
Yeah, wasn't the last match of the pay-per-view for, I think it was Elimination Chamber, or it might have been Extreme Rules or whatever, that Ryback and John Cena fluke finish?
Oh, yes.
Where that didn't have a finish and it just kind of went like, we don't know what's going on, see ya. So they've done it before. I think that they'll...
It's how most of WCW's pay-per-views ended.
Yeah, sometimes
well, they didn't end with them saying see you later. They ended with them going, and the next move is... And then just cutting out in the middle of it. All right, any other last thoughts about this?
I want to see Big Show's gun.
Speaking of Big Show, can somebody find me that picture of him and Uncle Phil? I remember seeing it. Somebody spliced like a picture of Big Show when he was wearing the suit and a picture of Uncle Phil from the Fresh Prince, but I can't find it anywhere. I know I've seen it. It exists, but I just can't find it.
Look at all the wrestling meme pages. They'll be on there. They'll be recent.
If anybody knows that, leave a comment. All right, guys, pay-per-view stuff going on, so we got to talk a little fantasy league. Give us a little bit of an update there, Peyton.
Well, it's been interesting over the last couple months. I haven't been able to keep up to date with all the crazy things that have been going on with Mega Powers Radio and everything, but here is where we're standing. Currently sitting all the way in last place, that's 6th place, is Miguel Leon with 70 points. Someone who's caught up quite a bit, sitting in 5th place, Braden Mayhew with 210 points, gotten himself into the triple digits finally. Not bad for a guy who was sinking into the negative numbers for quite a bit there while he was playing. In 4th place is myself with 375 points. 3rd place, Mr. Burhan with 380. 2nd place, Tony Mango with 525. And 1st place, Chris Jester with 770.
How did he do that?
He got lucky with the Del Rio and Dolph Ziggler situation.
Jesus Christ. Like,
yeah.
he hasn't even been on Smark Out in, like, months. And he's stupidly ahead of everybody else.
Yeah, one good pay-per-view for me. It's all I need.
Yeah. Tony, take him down. We need you. We need you to win this one for us.
And I think we're going to be doing a amendment to the fantasy league. We're going to be bringing on another team, Team White.
Woo!
Drew, I believe you have considered the 5 members that you would like to start off your team with.
Yes, I'm going to be taking Los Matadores for my first 2 picks.
What are their names?
Fuck, I know one's named Diego.
Fernando.
Fernando is the other one, apparently. Hopefully Miguel isn't busting my balls right now.
No, because I remember it was something. I remember because you guys were complaining about it at the post show. Yeah,
dude,
you were like,
I didn't even watch this show for the most. I did watch the one part I watched on Raw was their debut because that was the one thing I wanted to watch, and it was pretty amazing.
Now hold on. You drafted Los Matadores? Does that mean that's 3 spots because it's Fernando, Diego, and El Torito?
No, it's 2 spots.
Excluding El Torito because he didn't compete yet.
Oh, okay.
Okay, then I'm going to take big boy Brock Lesnar because he's going to return eventually. And then I'm going to take Santino, Morella. And then I'm going to take
Thanks for specifying.
Then I'm going to take Sin Cara Azul and not Sin Cara Negro.
Yeah, it's a good investment in Santino. He's got a DVD set coming out soon, you know.
Does he?
Supposedly.
The best of Santino.
So basically the one thing he's ever done.
Yeah, pretty much.
Tea time with Santino. That's it.
What, Maria?
Yeah,
I got it. Yeah, that's a good point.
All right, and any other news going on with Fantasy League?
No, pretty much full steam ahead. We are just about halfway through the year. We are entering into the 6th session after Battleground, leading our way into Hell in a Cell, and then we'll officially be more than halfway through the year. It's only 11 sessions.
And coming up with Survivor Series, we're going to have another shakeup.
We will have another shakeup where another person will have an opportunity to swap someone for their team on somebody else's team.
It'll be me. I'll win it again.
Well, Christian's going to start getting a huge push, and you're going to swap CM Punk back for him.
I'll get rid of fucking Bray Wyatt. It's going to get rid of out of all this team.
What,
Jesus.
you gotten points from him?
What, like 3? points.
10.
He just wrestled. He just wrestled tonight, I believe, or maybe it was last week on SmackDown,
I don't know.
and he won.
Maybe it
It
was
was
4
last
months
week.
ago. I don't
No,
know.
it was the 27th. It was 2 weeks ago.
He's my number 1 target if I end up winning. Get rid of him, replace him with probably.
How
well,
was
I
the
should replace
27th?
him.
How was the 27th 2 weeks ago?
Shut up. That's how my mouth goes.
All right, there's an update for the Fantasy League, everybody. Now it's time to roll on into some plugs. First plug, as always, the Sign Me Up initiative. Bring a Smark Out Moment sign to any kind of wrestling event, whether it's a WWE pay-per-view, a TNA Impact taping, if they're still existing at that time, Ring of Honor autograph section, doesn't matter, whatever it is, send a picture or a video to me, and I'll put it up on the next week episode of Smack Talk and on the website. Remember to send in those monthly mailbag questions, everybody. Leave those comments, subscribe, so on and so forth. I'm going to come back around to me a little bit later on. I'm going to move on to Burhan.
Burhan, sleep.
Hello. Yes, as always, guys, check out episode 2 of This Job for Hire. It's on youtube.com/The Nerd Genius. I've got loads of lovely little videos on there, so check that out. Go to www.nerdgenius.com for all your nerdy needs. And also Fanboys Anonymous. Well, everything in geek culture is doing amazing at the moment. We've got loads of new staff on board. And, of course, I published a couple of articles on there as well, so check that out, guys. And last but not least, make sure that you tune into I Got Gameplay tomorrow at 8 p.m. Miguel will be taking lead on the show when he will be talking about the topic. Miguel?
Franchises that need to die. Franchises that have just gone on way too long. Franchises that don't recognize what they used to. Basically, franchises that need to go old yeller.
There you go.
Evil.
And you can also tune back to our previous episode, which was last week with Rob Man, where we were supposed to be discussing Mega Man and Mighty Number 9, but it actually turned into a great session about stories. As Rob Man was talking about his stories and times that he spent with like games, his favorite consoles and stuff. And he even invited a special guest, to his wife Tam, to come on board as well and talk about her experiences. It was a great show. Check that out, guys. And I'm going to try and get some more special guests in for IGG as well, so that we can basically expand the roster. It's a great show. It's doing extremely well, and you guys are really helping us. So thank you to everybody that's been involved. Thank you to everyone that's continuously listening to Mega Powers Radio, and all those guys that support Smart Cat Moment, Fanboys Anonymous, and everything in the Mango Tree. So thank you very much.
Miguel?
Basically what he said, I'm going to be hosting tomorrow's episode of I Got Gameplay, which was only news to me about an hour ago, so I've got to get notes together tonight. We're going to be talking about franchises, like I said, that need to die. Other than that, fanboysanonymous.com. I know I said that I would have up my article on the part 1 of the top 16 greatest games of the late 90s. I'm still working on that.
But he lied.
I didn't lie. I'm just lazy. So I'm gonna still work on that. I'm halfway done with it. So hopefully once I've got it typed out, I can publish it, and we should be good to go. So whenever I can get that up.
Well, Miguel, you better get it up soon, otherwise Tony will send a big showdown with his gun.
We need to make that a thing. That's got to be a wrestling thing now.
Drew?
Yeah, I think the bounce houses, I'm the bounce house prince, that's what they call me on the streets, I got street cred with my bounce houses, which you could call, if you need a bounce house and you live in the Indianapolis, Indiana area, you could call 765-212-1521, or you could go to bigblastrentals.com, where we got our fine selection of 4 bounce houses. And, since I have a fantasy wrestling team now, the hashtag Drew Crew and hashtag Drew White Verified actually has a meaning for once. So, yes, that's all I got, folks.
The hashtag Drew Crew is official.
Yes.
Dace?
Hey, follow me on Twitter at the Dace Man. Check me out Wednesday nights on Mega Powers Radio with the Dace Man Show, and our special show coming up October 14th with Lyra Day Witt, the pretty girl who plays music on the violin and piano. And you can check me on Fanboys Anonymous doing articles. Plus, check me out every Saturday, 2 p.m. in Williamstown, New Jersey at Old Time Wrestling. Check us out at oldtimewrestling.net.
And write good things about the website because I made it up. All right, Peyton.
Oh boy, is there busy times going on in the world of Peyton. Most importantly, we just hit a milestone here on Smack Talk doing episode 100. Well, we're hitting episode 50 over on the Keeping Kayfabe podcast. And this Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the aforementioned Mega Powers Radio, we will be doing Keeping Kayfabe Live episode 50, where we will discuss the Montreal Screwjob. Yes, the infamous match between Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart from Survivor Series 1997, where we pretty much saw the Mr. McMahon character become completely unfolded. Going to be talking a lot about the backstage things about this match. We're going to debate why this happened. We're going to talk about what's happened since, how it's affected wrestling, not just for these gentlemen, but the business as a whole, because everything changed after that day. The whole world of wrestling was different. So definitely tune in. Lots of fun. We'll have the line's open so you can call in, tell us your thoughts about the situation, your thoughts on Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart. We've been doing this whole huge retrospective the last few weeks between Shawn and Bret. It's been a lot of fun. Finally going to be wrapping it up with that. And, of course, you just got everything else going on at Mega Powers Radio. Check it out, megapowersradio.com, facebook.com/megapowersradio, and youtube.com/megapowersradio. And also stay tuned to all of my work I do at fanboysanonymous.com as well, where you can also hear many of the shows from Mega Powers Radio archived on there, such as Geek Speak, The Daceman Show, and I Got Gameplay.
All right, guys, if you want to follow other things under a mango tree, outonlimbs.com is my social commentary website where I bitch and complain about everyday life things. Fanboysanonymous.com for everything geek culture related. As I've mentioned before, the YouTube channel has been shut down. I don't know what's going on with that, but YouTube is just being a negligent little prick. So
Terms and conditions, Tony. Terms and conditions.
Fuck that. So those assholes probably aren't going to end up doing anything about it. And if you want to support Fanboys Anonymous, you can subscribe to that channel, which the backup is youtube.com/fanboysanon. Just the ANON, not the Y-mus part of it, because I can't just do a backup channel of the same thing, because YouTube doesn't allow that kind of stuff. But the website is booming, and great stuff coming along for that. If you're interested in writing for smarkoutmoment.com, we're looking for more writers with that, as I mentioned in part 3, so shoot me an email for that kind of stuff. And big news coming up for next week, just as something that I've been planning on doing for a long time, and this is a perfect time to do it. Episode 100. What better way to start doing something different than with episode 101? And with episode 101, Smark Out Moment is going to be having Smack Talk on iTunes as well. Finally, I know everybody's been asking for 100 episodes when it was going to be on iTunes, and it will be starting next week. We're still going to do everything on YouTube here. You're still going to see everything like the image captions and all the minor video kind of content that we have out there, any kind of interviews, maybe some more interviews that are going on with the wrestlers themselves. All that kind of stuff is still going to be on this channel, so keep checking that out every single week. But if you have friends that aren't a big fan of the YouTube thing, they'll be able to start doing it on iTunes as well. Thank you to everyone who has been on the panel tonight, as well as all of you for listening, and all of you that have supported Smark Out Moment and Smack Talk for the past 100 episodes. Looking forward to the next 200, next 1,000, everything coming along with that. Coming up next week, our special feature is going to be the pay-per-view review for Battleground. And because TNA's got to get a little bit of love in there, even though we hate them so much, we are also going to be giving our predictions for Bound for Glory. And we're going to have the captions. We're going to have a league update for the Fantasy League. Lots going on with episode 101. Hope to see you guys there. But for now, this has been another Smark Out Moment, and we're being counted out. Adios, everybody.
Is the outro? 'Cause it's time for the end of the show. It's bigger than life. You want to see an outro like no other? This is the outro for you. 100 episodes.
What
And
song
we
is that?
have no life.
Outro! On my way, I'm making it now. Outro!
I've
Gonna
got
sing.
to end
Ow.
the show now.
Ow.
Outro.
I got a mouth full of shit going. Outro.
Because he's gone and had loads of bounce houses.
Outro. No, it's not Drew. It's Chris. Damn it.
You look alike.
Big Show
Oh my gosh.
has a gun in his hand. Big Show